God. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm happy. What the fuck? Oh damn, we're just getting this entire reveal here. Show and tell, hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching Fruits Basket Season 2, Episode 9. Last episode, Rin escaped from, she was living in Kagura and she just kind of escaped and left to, on foot. She walked all the way to the vacation house so she could unobtrusively check up, probably on Haru. But she was caught by Tooru and Yuki, and she just kind of escaped. And she seems to be very angry and very, there's a lot she's dealing with and she's not telling. And we also had Kyou and Tooru just having fun on their own on the beach. And Akito was thinking oh yeah, this is how I win against Tooru. I'm just going to break her completely, keep her completely isolated. And she won't have anyone, she will realize she doesn't have anyone. I have everyone. And then Kureno told him that actually she has Kyou. She's not completely alone. And that was totally a shift for Akito because he couldn't accept that. I mean, he didn't even think about that. He was like, why would she enjoy being with a monster? But he ended up seeing that she very much enjoyed being with a monster, it turns out. And he doesn't like that. So he said to Shigure and Hatori that they are going to bring Kyou to him, which is definitely a change of pace. Kyou all this time has been completely neglected. I mean, that's just how things are done. And now things are changing. So Shigure was happy. He was like, okay, I feel like a storm is coming. He's definitely too happy. I know. I hate it. Because, now Kyou is going to get the brunt of that. Yes. Let's get into it. I'm so scared. Let's just do it. I was waiting for this episode. Find your flower and check out my Patreon to get ahead on Fruits Basket reactions. I posted episode 13 of season 2. Most importantly, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Please let me know by leaving a comment, liking, subscribing. Don't forget to support the original content. Let's get into it. Sappy. You're so sappy. I'm so good. I know. I love it so much though. This is definitely it's special, or this is him realizing. I mean, my name sounds different when you say it. Has a special ring to it when you say it. Yeah. It's him mostly acknowledging that something here is happening. And I don't know when it happened, but it happened. God. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm not. I'm sad. Must be Akito. Something. Oh God. She's happy for him. It's not good. It's not a good thing. But she's so sweet. Yeah, I didn't want to say that to her. Yeah, you definitely don't deserve it. Shut up. Yeah. He stopped himself? Yeah, exactly. Know our place. He totally kind of, he said he wouldn't give up, but he kind of did. Kind of accepted this is his fate or something. She's so sweet. She just looks so happy for him. Yeah, believes in the fate that doesn't change.
化け物呼ばわりしない。十二支の仲間にも入れてあげる。でも勝てなかったその時は死ぬまで幽閉してやるからな。
He was gonna do that anyway, though. I think.
本当にお前はただのお仏だから。
What the fuck?
まだ時間はあるだろ。まだわからねえだろ。
なんでそんなに勘違いしちゃってるの？
So stupid.
お前が化け物のせいで母親が死んだことも。違くない。
違う。俺のせいじゃない。
No, stop it.
人間の皮をかぶった化け物を産んでも耐えきれなくて死んじゃって、息子はその死を痛んでもやらないなんてね。
お前のせいで母さんがどれほど辛かったのかお前にわかるか。
Oh, she ran in front of a car? Or jumped in front of something? I don't know exactly. Or jumped off of something.
どう考えたってお前さえいなければみんな。
But you need him to be born. Like, you need...
俺が殺した。
No.
やめてくれ。やめてくれ。
受けてしまっていたのはやっぱり本田徹のせい。お前の本当の姿を見ても動じなかったそうじゃん。
She was phased. But she wasn't... She didn't give up on him.
完璧すぎる化け物だよ本田徹は。だって普通お前のあの姿を見たら
I was like twisting that around to be like...
あの時あいつがどれぐらい怖がってたか知らねえくせになんでそんなこと言うんだよ。その顔は青く怯えて、それでも
But she chose to stay by her side.
俺から逃げなかったのは。
うるさいな。
それでも俺から逃げないでくれたのは。
うるさい。
手を離したらもう俺は戻らなかっただろうこと。そんなことじゃなくて一緒にいてくれるんだ。ちっぽけなことで喜んでなんでなんだ。そういうの損してるとか思わないか。
Stop it.
いいことなんか一つもないとか。
No, I don't think she's... I don't think she thinks she's stupid. I don't think she thinks she's, you know, getting the short end of the stick with you.
好きだ。好きだよ。そんなお前が。
悪いのは僕じゃないだろ。勘違いしてるお前だろ。部外者のくせに大きな顔してるあの女だろ。
そんなにあいつが気に食わないならなんであの家に住むことを認めたりしたんだよ。利用してるのか。
Yeah, to make you lose hope. To give her to you and then take her away.
僕を悪者扱いするんだね。
I wonder why.
結局お前あの女が好きなのか。だったら本当のバカだな。母親まで殺したくせに今さら誰かを好きになる資格があると思ってるのかよ。よく考えて一番悪いのは誰なの。一番あの女を巻き込んでいるのは誰。
俺だよ。
No. No.
絶対好きなんかじゃない。
Oh yeah, that's very convincing.
一生誰も好きにならない。
Like, it doesn't even need it to be convincing. It just makes Kyou believe that this is what he needs to say and believe.
あいつが悪く言われるの。
Yeah.
そっか、僕の早とちりだったのか。お前はどうせユキには勝てないから幽閉は決定だけど、それだって一番いいことなんだよ。
Alright.
大丈夫。閉じ込めても僕は会いに行ってあげるから。
What joy.
好きだよ。本当は大好きなんだよ。今日のこと。あいつに触りすぎて気持ち悪い。 田徹を嫌いなんだって本当かな。
You're just leaving it like that? That's such a waste of work. Obviously.
お前がいなくなるのが一番。
分かってるよ。分かってるよ。いつだって俺を傷つけることばかりで。
That's not true.
どうしてあの人は俺を殺してくれなかった。
God.
俺は生きてるんだ。
Jesus. It's just horrible to see him like regress like all the way back, saying like it's not my fault, it's not my fault, you know. Everything he said as a child.
それでもお前がそうして生きているのは希望を捨てていないからだろう。この世に生きるすべての人間がお前を拒絶するわけではないことを知っているからだろう。希望なんてない。あるさ。ない。絶望は幾度となく襲い来るように、それと同じように希望もまた訪れる。必ず咲く。
Yes.
師匠、今ならわかるよ。この世に拒絶があるように。
There will always be someone to accept you. Oh.
男の約束。
果たせなかったけど。
私の宝物。
それでも俺の前でそれは咲いた。
Oh damn, we're just getting this entire reveal here.
咲き続けてた。小さな花。大切な俺の。ああ、ちょっと喧嘩をな。喧嘩とは。もう来なくていいとさ。
Poor Toro, her dream just shattered.
呼ばれなくても気にしない。てか、どうでもよくなったかな。
おかえりなさい。おかえりなさい、京くん。
お、ただいま。好きだよ。どこかでずっと一緒にいてくれたらとか望んだりもしてたけど。
許さないから。
もう望まない。せめて残る時間だけはそばに。しょうがねえな。そばにいたい。遠く離れるその時までは。その瞬間まで。
And then what? What do you think she'll do? I mean, okay, you can't help that. I mean, like, the solution here for that is just to try to say goodbye to her before it's time. It says to protect her. But sure, you don't have to do that. It's stupid too anyway. Like, he's just going to... Like, he's not going to tell her what he feels. He's not going to tell her what he wants. Because he won't delude himself into thinking he deserves it. So he just will stay by her side and will kind of preserve every little bit of warmth that she gives him. And just like, you know, and carry that over to his grave basically. Because, you know, that Keiji's supposed to stay there until he's dead. And the fact that he just like was kind of made to accept, or at least he didn't say anything when Akito was like at the end there, like, oh, okay, it's already decided that you're not gonna win against Yuki, so you're just gonna, like, after graduation, you're just like, go into confinement and I will come visit you because I love you so much. And then he had to wash his hands because he was so horrified by having touched Kyou. You know, Jesus, everything about this is so disgusting. Like, everything about that conversation. Like, it just seemed like Kyou went in, he hadn't been in Akito's presence in a long, long time. And he was like affected, like he had the influence of Tooru with him. So he went in with confidence to some degree. And then he was immediately, like not immediately, but pretty soon taken from him. It's just like he was suddenly reminded all at once of like everything he was told at the funeral of his mother. Akito just brought it all back because he said the exact same thing. And the thing is that, you know, you could see how Kyou fell back into that because he kept saying like, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. Like the way you would say when either it's your fault or you think it's your fault and you don't know, you don't have anything else to say. Like you just say, it's not my fault. Like just don't blame me because I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how to like you feel it is your fault because you don't have anything else to say. Like you can't say, you don't have any counter argument. So you feel it's your fault, but you just don't know what to do with it. Like you don't, there's nothing you could have done. It's your fault because you were born this way, you know? Like it's not really up to you. You just have to accept it. You just have to, like, a part of you just tells you, like a part of him was saying to him, it's your fault. And he was believing it. So he just said, it's not my fault because there was nothing, like, because he was terrified of the idea that, oh my God, it is my fault. I don't know how to fix it. Like I didn't do anything. I don't know how to, you know? It was so sad. And seeing his dad like explain to him like, oh, you thought it was an accident? Like it wasn't an accident. She killed herself because of you. And I think, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think she pushed herself in front of a car, which is definitely very, I mean, the reveal has not been made yet, but we've seen, God, this episode, we saw everything. We saw that, I mean, he started out with acknowledging how much Tooru meant to him. And then he said, I love you, in his own head at least, but he said it. He came to the realization how much she means to him, of how, like, realization of how much hope she gave him. Like, he actually had this fantasy where he could stay by her side forever. And then Akito was, like, very thorough in trampling all over that, on every little aspect of it. Like, you caused your mother's death, you're a monster, nobody wants to be with you, you think you deserve to be with Tooru, do you think, like... And then, you know, calling Tooru a monster, which was like something that Kyou, like everything else Kyou has already heard before, but calling Tooru a monster was like too much for him. Like he couldn't stand for that. He couldn't stand the idea that, like, the fact that Tooru accepted him meant that she was a monster in Akito's eyes, you know? He was like, no. You know, I know I'm a monster, but Tooru isn't. Tooru, like, by the fact that she's associated with me and accepts me, that means she's a monster. I can't have that. And obviously, he also had, like, Yuki's words kind of probably echoing in his head, like, you know, whatever you do, like, don't rise to the bait, don't go crazy, don't act rashly, don't let Tooru have to bear the consequences of your actions. Also, on his own, he would have done everything he could, I guess, to keep Tooru out of it. But it was like a reinforcement, like it was in his head from the get-go. Like, Yuki too, like, I can't let it happen, you know. And the Tooru gets dragged into this. Like, they're trying so hard to protect her, thinking, okay, whatever we do, like we lost our hope. Like, we don't have a future, but at least we have Tooru, and she's going to, like, we're going to keep her safe no matter what. And we're going to know that she's out there. We give up on our lives so long as Tooru gets to have hers. Basically, that she doesn't get, you know, dragged down with us into this hellhole of a family. As long as we keep her safe, it's fine with us. Like, we're not giving up. We're going to fight, not for ourselves, but for her, basically. Which is so wonderful. I mean, I understand it, but it's so, like, sad. That's what they think. That's what they led to believe, that there's no way out. And just imagine Kazuma's grandfather, just like, you know, you get confined and that, you know, it's going to be for the rest of your life. Like, that's all you're going to get. That's all there is. All your life. And Kyou is just like, he's accepting it. This is what it's going to be. There's no other way, really. And also, like, we just see that, you know, this whole bet thing that Akito, like, came up with. Like, obviously, he was never going to put Kyou, he was never going to let Kyou go free. And the thing is that even as he knew that, he told Kyou, oh, there's a way for you to make this work or something, to defy fate, supposedly, if you defeat Yuki. I mean, I think even if he defeated Yuki, Akito would have found a way to get around it, because I don't think for a moment he thinks to let Kyou go free or Yuki go free or anyone go free. Like, because he believes in fate, and in a way he not only believes in fate, the fact that he believes in it, in the destiny, in the fact that they're so intertwined with their spirit animal, you can be anything else. I mean, and he's grown, that he's been raised this way to believe it. He is what he is, and everyone is who they are, like what they are, and there's no way to defy it. So the fact that he feels like he can defy who he is, and the burden of the curse, then it makes him like want to make sure that everyone else knows exactly their place and knows exactly that they can defy their destiny, and they can't even think about defying their destiny. But anyway, he told Kyou, yeah, you can, sure, let's do it. Let's, like, have a bet. I mean, I don't know if he knew for sure that Yuki would always win for sure. But again, even if Yuki had lost, I don't think he would have let Kyou have his way. I think, Akito also knew that Yuki was already stronger than Kyou, that there was a slim chance that Kyou would actually be able to defeat him. And for him, it worked perfectly. It was like, yeah, like I told you, this is their destiny. You know, of course, the cat can defeat the rat. That's just how it is. That's how the story goes. Could be that Akito didn't even imagine that there could be a different possibility, that Kyou would actually defeat Yuki or something. He in his mind was just, of course not. So I can totally place this bet. And the thing is that the more nefarious kind of reason behind it is the fact that he's always trying to sow discord. Like, he already knew that Kyou and Yuki hated each other. I mean, they were kind of made to hate each other because of this fate thing. And everyone talking about them. Haru too was made to hate Yuki because he was told it again and again that he's inferior. They're taught to be tied to their fate. That's kind of how it works. So Akito and I mean the rest of them they feel like fate cannot be broken or defied. I feel like fate is pretty much predetermined for all of them. But at the same time, they're kind of making it like the family and everyone actively make it so by the fact that you believe that fate has an absolute control of you, then you give it control in a way. Like, you go along with it. So Akito's thing is just like, he loved the idea, I think, of the zodiac to begin with. Like the banquet was the togetherness of everyone, and yet Akito's goal seems to be to make everyone I guess it's their togetherness in the fact that they're all around him, they're all together with him. But he definitely jumps at every opportunity to isolate people, isolate them, make them feel alone, make them feel afraid. And he's doing that, especially like with Kyou. It's part of the tradition already. But you know, the idea that Kyou would try to actually defeat Yuki, like the idea that Kyou would fight for his own kind of place without any hope for it, already knowing that he would never get it. Like, that's what gives, you know, Akito all this feeling of control, all this feeling of pleasure. Supposedly, they're all united together. This curse, it ties them together. But Akito makes sure to make them feel as alone as possible. That's why he doesn't like the idea of couples, of people finding happiness, of people just forgetting him and actually becoming truly happy without the need to always cater to his every whim. Like, truly happy for themselves without him. He turned this kind of banquet into, or at least I guess the curse did, turn it into a curse. Okay, yeah, the banquet turned it into a curse, but the togetherness of it, the tie that they have for each other, it becomes a burden instead of becoming something that makes them all happy to be together. Obviously, that's all things that they're going to touch upon later on. But yeah, you can definitely see how it's evident in just the way that Akito treats everyone. Just like how important it is for him to isolate. That's how he deals with anything that comes in his way. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm going to conquer by just breaking everyone apart, keeping everyone alone and afraid and in the dark, and loving me, or maybe loving but leashed to me. I will be the only connection that they have to anything. I have to be in the center. They have to have me. They can be together as long as I'm at the center. And as long as they're not together and forget about me. They're not together and are actually happy. Or anything. Anyway, like they're forced to be together against their will. You know, whatever it takes. And even as they're together, it doesn't feel like a real together. Because, I mean, they're turned against each other. They're traumatized, each and every one of them. And when you're traumatized, a lot of times you just kind of fold in on yourself and you don't want to let anyone close. Like, you just kind of curl up. You become very small and very alone. That's what he was doing to all of them. They still manage to make connections. When that happens and he knows about it, he immediately ruins it. And only Tooru really managed to, like with Tori, we keep seeing them, you know, getting together to be happy, getting together to play around and actually have fun with each other when Tori's involved. Otherwise, it's not the case so much. I knew this was a moment when Kyou admitted to himself that he loved Tooru. And at the same time, admitted to himself that he can never have her. And it's so, like, heartbreaking. At the same time, it's like, oh my god, he admitted, like, he knows he loves her, he knows it. Like, he said it to himself, acknowledged it. And then at the same time, it's like, okay, I won't ever have this. I don't deserve this. Like, I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts, but it's only temporary. Anyway, it's so sad. And we completely, like, saw everything. I mean, we saw, like, Kyoko. We saw his memories. We saw Kyoko in his memories. The fact that he told him about Tooru, that he would look over her sometimes as a kid, like he saw her as this little flower, this little seed that he just watched over, and like she grew and became like this flower for him, and that he doesn't want to crush her anymore. Like he did to that flower, like he did to all that hope that Kazuma was talking about and that he wouldn't believe in. I mean, we heard that it was Kyoko saying though. It was Kyoko's voice saying, "I will never forgive you," in that black kind of flashes of someone. So I guess you can kind of connect the dots to say that he was at least there when she died, and that she said something pretty horrible to him. And it's been like haunted him, like, you know, it's like it's this thing that's been haunting him, like it's not my fault, and then, you know, and then she says to him, "I will never forgive you." Oh my god, this is so heartbreaking. And then he managed to kind of forget a little bit, just kind of move on, to kind of have hope for just a little bit, and then no, of course not. You can't have that. God, so sad, just so sad. I can't. Anyway, that was that episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Now I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Special thanks to my top patrons: Ready and Tear, Andy Plays All Night, Stone Tree, Tyrannor, Michael Gabriel, and Hyakugan. And to the rest of my amazing patrons, without whose support I would never be able to do any of this. Thank you so much.